Hi, I'm Jake Skin, host of the Boxed In podcast, proudly sponsored by Media Management. A link to their socials will be in the description. So in the fourth episode of the podcast, I was delighted to be joined by former Commonwealth middleweight title holder Liam Cameron. Now, in the episode, me and Liam talk about his Commonwealth title win, his 5-year absence from the sport, and his future aspirations in boxing. If you do enjoy the video, then please feel free to like and subscribe. The support is massively appreciated. Hope you enjoy. Hi, I'm Jake Skin. Welcome to the Boxing podcast. And in this edition, I'm joined by Liam Cameron. Liam, how are you?
I'm good, pal. How are you?
Very good, thanks. So, first of all, can you tell us how you got into the sport of boxing?
Do you know what it was? I used to go to my nan's and she introduced me to these videos. I think it was Rocky 1 and Rocky 2. So I used to watch that and do shadow boxing after it. Then I used to have this teddy, so I used to put it on my bunk bed and I used to hammer it, and I thought, I'm not bad at this. But then when you go to the gym, it's a bit different. So I used to start every Saturday going to the gym, then it turned into every day, then I'm here now.
So I'm going to say you sort of talk about Rocky there, because I guess that's sort of like your inspiration almost in a way? Or?
Yeah, Rocky's like a boxer to me. He's probably influenced a lot of kids, Rocky. And he probably will know he's done it, but it's a film, innit?
Yeah.
But in a way, you watch him and you think, it's a story, innit? The Rocky story, and that's what I kind of love.
Were you the sort of first boxer in your family? Or was there any before you?
No, I used to have two cousins, and what it were, my dad tells me this story. Me and my mum were going to town and they drove past to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And they said, do you want to start doing boxing? And my dad said he'd bribe me, look, I'll give you a toy about the boxing, because he didn't want me to do it. So he said that I took the bribe at first, then after a bit I said I want to go to the gym, so yeah.
Then what's your first memory of the sport?
My first memory, I walked down to the gym with my mum, didn't know what to expect. And a lad, Jerome Wilson, if you ever heard of him.
I don't really.
Well, he had a brain injury out of his last fight. He's actually packing now, local Sheffield lad. And he opened doors for me. So that's my first probably boxing memory.
So you obviously have those first sort of memories in the gym. And then you have really a pretty decent amateur career, winning both the ABA title and the British Championships in 2009.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about that?
I got to the boys club semis and I boxed Callum Smith, and we drew 10-10, and I think on the count back he beat me 10-9. So I can remember clear as day on way back from Liverpool. We've got a man in here is like family to me. It's called Brian Smith. Well, he gave me a bollocking because what happened is, after I got weighed in, I was having loads of Mars bars. I must have had 10 Mars bars and just loads of junk food. And I weren't on my weight good for that fight, and he gave me a right bollocking, him and my dad. All the way back from Liverpool, I can remember it like it was yesterday. And I thought, you know what? This is it now, I'm going to knuckle down. So I entered the senior ABAs year after, and I won him, and I didn't just win him, I pissed him.
Yeah.
Beat him 10-0, 24-3, stoppages. And in my head I was planning to win 10 fights, just surviving, don't get stopped in these championships, because back then there were all GB fighters on them fighting for that title. It was a really hard tournament, and I won it easy.
So in 2016, you had your first fight abroad in Australia for the super middleweight Commonwealth title against Zach Dunn. What was that experience like, fighting on the other side of the world?
It was good. I went with one person, me and my girlfriend went with my trainer at the time, and he was IBO world champion, WBC silver champion. There were that many belts in ring, it was unbelievable. And he was like 24-0 with 22 knockouts. So, and it was at weight above what I was normally fighting at. And It weren't a good fight for me at the time, but it added a little buzz to me. Do you know what I mean? It made me push on a bit harder and thought, do you know what? If I worked a little bit harder, I can get it, and it just made me a bit better.
So you then fought for the middleweight Commonwealth title against Sam Sheedy in Sheffield, winning by an 8-round TKO. That must have been an incredible moment for yourself.
Yeah, I was massive underdog. They were already talking about his next fight, and it was weight with me. They thought I was going to come in weak, but what I did, I had a nutritionist. I took my son away to when we were at Lanzarote. I was trained there for 8 weeks, totally isolated myself. And I just had in my mind, I know people say this negative, but as I was seeing it, I just thought, if I lose this fight, I'm done with boxing. So that gave me the push to think, right, no matter what, I'm winning this fight. And I think I dropped him 3 times in one round, 2 times in another, and 1 more in another.
Is that sort of emotion, when you've dropped him on?
Do you know what it was? It was a bit odd because I kept on putting him down, but he kept on getting back up, and I'm like, what do I need to do? Just stay down and let me have this title.
So then after the first defence of your Commonwealth title, you find out that you failed a drugs test due to recreational drugs. What was your reaction upon hearing that news?
I can remember it like yesterday. I was in bed, my dad's screaming down the phone, you might be getting banned from boxing. Well, it weren't. People think it was actual hands-on cocaine. It weren't. It was something what could have been cocaine and what. Just so you have a drug in your body, it's the chemical what goes into your body to break the drug down, and that's what they found, minute traces. But our defence were, there were a bus driver, and people might think it's bullshit what I'm saying, but I only can tell you the truth. There were a bus driver, when you angled money, he got tested positive for cocaine. Bang, same scenario as me, but he got away with it and got £50,000 compensation. Me, I got 4 years. But like, mine weren't non-performance enhancing, mine could have only have made me worse.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I just thought it was unfair, but now that through me being the guinea pig and this scenario happening, you only can get a maximum of 3 months now.
So obviously you talk about sort of getting the length of bans there. Obviously you getting a 4-year ban, and then there's, like you say, some massive high profile stars getting only sort of 6 months, and you obviously talk about being the guinea pig.
They've had needles stuck all over them, but just so for instance, one day I'll go, baby Miller, growth hormone, this, that, and I'll get 6 months, and I'm like watching telly thinking, what's happening with me? Then but I had 4 years out of boxing, but 5 in total because it slowly got to me as the years went on, and I ended up in a bad rut. But it was a learning experience. I know in my life I'll never go down that path again, and I'm just a better, stronger human for it. Never mind the boxing, just a better human being. I don't drink, I don't take drugs, I don't do anything illegal. I'm straight up. All I do is train and go home and look after the kids.
So obviously you talk about the 4-year ban there. That must have been an extremely difficult time for you. What was the period like, both mentally and physically?
It went fast. All I did to block it out is go to the pub every day. And that's okay if you can control it. I've got a very bad addictive personality. Like obsessive personal disorder, mate. So like I got used to drinking, then it goes to the next thing, then it spirals, then I ended up in hospital. That weren't a good experience. I thought I was going to die there.
That must have sort of almost, I guess, bring you back down to in a sort of way, like, I'll tell you what.
It did, because I thought that was it then. I couldn't breathe. My heart was going through the roof. They had to inject me with adrenaline. I was having a seizure, And all I could hear were lights like that, but I couldn't really see, everything was like blurry. I kept on going in and out of consciousness. And I just said, if I survive this, that's it. Please God, I'm giving up drink. That's me done. And ever since that day, although I survived it, it's made me a better human being.
So after serving your ban, was it always your intention to get back into the ring?
No,
No?
I never thought I'd box again. The story I got back, after I stopped drinking for 6 months, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to try and run a marathon.
Yeah.
So every other day I was running as long as I could, slow as anything, but as long as I could. I ended up doing like 15 miles. Then my friend brought me to the gym, and I thought, then like Pearson Grant just dropped it on me. Do you want to start your training back properly? And I said yeah, but while I was saying yeah, I didn't mean yeah. I was thinking, I'll just say yeah. I'm not going to do it, I'll just say yeah. So I went, right, you start Tuesday. You gotta do this, that, over. I just had them on. Then on that Monday, I got a text off Pierce saying, see you at so-and-so time. Pick you at 2 o'clock. I just thought, do you know what, I'm just going to go for it. And that's it, I went for it and fell back in love with it.
You say from then on now, it's just sort of been
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had your first fight back in the sport last year against Robbie Connor. What were your emotions after that comeback victory?
Well, I was 19 stone, 18.8 when I walked into the gym. So, me being a bit delusional and a bit, what's the right word? Thinking I've still had it, I still could just go into an 8-week, 9-week training camp and box. I was wrong. So I ended up like being about 2 stone over my natural weight, fighting a cruiserweight. What's Scottish International, and I weren't ready for that fight.
Yeah.
I'm a lot sharper, thinner, better now, do you know what I mean? But I got the win, and that's all what can you say, to be fair.
So was it sort of just like, being in the ring back again? I guess
Yeah.
that feeling.
I was just buzzing. Yeah, it was good. I weren't happy with performance, that's all. So I had to, next day I was back in the gym. And I don't have no time off. I know like the year fighters, we do camps, we do the hard camp. I've done a full year. So for me being on settee, drinking every day, I'm not a professional athlete against what's in the gym every day.
Do you feel like that's sort of something that you need to be constantly in the gym?
Yeah, because like I was saying, you know me, I've got obsessive disorder.
Yeah.
So if I'm not in this gym, it's sending me on edge. So I've got to be in there.
So in your last fight, you fought at Sheffield Arena on your gym mate Dalton Smith's card on a matchroom boxing show, getting a first round knockout.
Yeah.
That must have been a special moment considering everything you've been through.
Yeah, that was my world title. I know that sounds daft, but just being at Sheffield, people dream to fight at that arena. It's massive, isn't it? And yeah, it was amazing. Amazing night, and you couldn't have got a better stoppage, could you?
No, I was there myself.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there myself. Ringside seats, and well, watching you get that.
So like a bit of a shell shock. I'm normally being on last on the fights. So this fight, got to venue, within 15 minutes I'm gloved up, getting warmed up for half an hour, and I'm out fighting and I'm done. And it was weird a bit because I'm used to being on last and playing waiting game, but that were another experience being on first. Well, not first, but you know what I mean.
And you said, did you watch Dalton's fight?
Yeah, I watched it. I was bang next to the ring, watching it.
What did you think about his performance?
What I thought is, I know how good Dalton is, but from Sam Maxwell to Jose's leaders, a massive step up, and it's the unknown with that fight. We know how good he is, but could he have done it against him? And he absolutely smashed him, didn't it, to be fair? I don't think anyone's done that to him. So, yeah, it's off to Dalton. It was a good night for us all at the gym.
Definitely was. So, with that look back to boxing, what are your ambitions for the future?
I want to be a British champion. Definitely want to be a British champion. And if I can go further on, I will. But there's no expectations to be fair. I know if I fight any big names, I'm going to give them hell of a night. I'm going to give them I'll turn up and I'll swing and I'll fight till I can't fight them all. And I know that's good enough to beat these kids.
So to finish off the podcast, I'd like to ask the same few questions to every guest, starting with, if you could change one thing about boxing, what would it be?
Right, this is going to be a good one. People in boxing need to know their roles, whether it's strength and conditioner, whether it's a dietitian, whether it's anything else. There's always latch-ons in boxing, and I think boxer's the man and the trainer, they come first. Don't overplay your role, like getting on TV and making it about you and stuff. Just let the box have the limelight. That's what I feel.
That's an interesting one. No, I had that into me.
Have you had that?
No.
It's really annoying because, like, you'll see other channels and you'll see the managers talking or the people what expert analysis talking. You think, speak to the boxer about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that winds me up a bit. People over doing the roles, like you'll get a strength and conditioner carrying a boxer's bag just so you can get a changing room, and I just think I won't let that happen to me. Yeah, it's shit like that pisses me off.
So what is one fight in boxing history you wish you could have been ringside to watch?
Have to be, personally for me, a Manny Pacquiao fight, probably against Morales. That's just come up top of my head. Tomorrow it might change. But at this moment in time, Pacquiao, because he inspired me to win them ABAs. I watched him, I watched how he moved, and I saw how hard working he were, and I thought, this kid's come from homeless to be a 6-weight division champ, so if he can do it, I can at least win one British title, can't I? So yeah, that one.
You say was he like an inspiration? Obviously.
Yeah, they were, 100% inspired me.
Who is one fighter from any era you wish you could have fought?
I'm gonna think about this one. Probably Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. Probably him. He's probably been the biggest name in boxing.
Yeah.
What people talk about and say you were the best. He's not my best, but what people say they think is the best. Probably him.
Yeah, do you think
Just to get in the ring with him and experience the build-up and all that.
So the YouTube boxing scene has a tag team format. If you had to choose one boxer, past or present, to be your tag team partner, who would it be?
Gotta be someone massive, I think. I don't know. Who could you say? Thinking Tyson. Mike Tyson. Probably Mike Tyson, yeah.
I was saying that you and Pierce, who I've had on the podcast before, he said Deontay Wilder. So you go with the same sort of thought, having a big.
Deontay Wilder will wait a bit, won't he? And like walk you onto the backhand. Tyson will come at you, won't he? Just prime Tyson.
I would say you don't want to come against that, do you?
So you have to think about that. So yeah.
And then finally, what is one piece of advice you wish you could give to your younger self?
I would say, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Don't put yourself on a pedestal to win anything. You don't deserve to win anything. Just do your best, turn up. All you can do in a fight is do your best. If I box, for instance, just say if I box Mike Tyson, all I can do is my best. You can expect me to win, anyone else can. But as long as I've done my best and left it in that ring, that's all I can do. And do your best in every fight, and what will be, will be. Sometimes you need luck on your side, sometimes you might not have it. But there's more to life than boxing, but use boxing as a tool. Don't let boxing use you.
Liam, thanks so much for your time.